Good evening and welcome to Injustice Investigations. I'm Al Scott. We thank you all for tuning in this evening. I see Miss Denise has made it onto the scene. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. We're not going to hold you long. I'm just going to give my response to the interview that Brittany Bowens gave to ABC 13 on Friday. Now, Montgomery, hello, thank you for tuning in. Katrina, I see you as well. Thank you for tuning in. From Illinois is in the house. Thank you both for tuning in this evening. I greatly appreciate you all tuning in. Let me start off by saying this. It's something that I posted on Facebook earlier today, and I'm going to say it here. Brittany does not need a spokesperson. Brittany needs a criminal defense attorney. That's what Brittany needs. She does not need Malcolm X's help, because just like R. Kelly's crisis manager, he's getting her into more hot water with him representing her as a spokesperson. If the internet goes out, if I have a heart attack and die, have a stroke and die right now, let me say this. If nothing else comes out of my mouth, I'll go to my grave believing Brittany is telling a damn lie. Brittany orchestrated the death of her 4-year-old child, Maleah Davis. She hated that child with a severe passion. That looks like Virginia is in the house. Well, good evening. Somebody's in from the great state of Florida. Good evening, Florida. Thank you all for tuning in as well. As I always said, Brittany's got more lies than Donald Trump. And if you can outlie Donald Trump, then you damn good. Well, you may not be good at lying, but it just means you beat him in lying. First of all, Maryland is in the house. Good evening, Maryland. Houston is in the house. Houston, I think I may have to come your way in a few days. I think I may have to come your way. Listen, a mother, a father, whose child is missing. Hear me good. Whose child is missing. I promise you this. Minnesota, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If their child is missing and presumed dead, you will not see them giving interview after interview after interview. They're going to be pounding the pavement if they have to do it by themselves to find their child. That's what a mother would do, and that's what a father would do. Now, even though they have suspended the search temporarily in Houston until they get more evidence or tips to come in, people are still out there on their own searching for this woman's child while she's sitting in front of a damn camera with Malcolm X and his toupee. Listen, I don't have time to fix myself up. I don't have time to talk to the damn media. This is not a Lifetime movie. This is not nothing that we finna make into a damn television movie. My child is missing. Damn the cameras right now. I've got to find my child. When you watch this interview, this does not look like the face of a worried mother. And I'm watching everything she do, everything she said. I writes it down. I records everything. I don't miss jack. And I promise you this, Brittany. If I'm doing this here, not only am I doing it, other people are doing it. And most importantly, you need to know law enforcement is watching every damn thing that come out of your mouth. Everything that come out of your mouth, they're going to take it and they're going to use it against you when they come to arrest your ass. Now, I left on the 30th. the last day we saw her alive through surveillance video from the apartment complex where she lives. I think that's the neighbor's camera that captured those last minutes that we saw the 4-year-old child alive. She returns, I think, on the 3rd. That's the night that all hell breaks loose. That's when her fiance says he thought he heard a popping sound. He pulled over because he thought it was a flat. A blue Chevy pickup truck pulls right in behind him. I mean, whew, it was a lucky day. 2 Hispanic males get out. One says something to the extent about she's pretty, she's nice. The other one hits him in the head with something, and he's unconscious. He goes in and out of conscious for almost 24 hours. That knot on his head is virtually impossible for that to have happened. Very impossible. Very. Somebody stole the vehicle. Well, don't let me jump the gun here. I woke up in the back of the pickup truck. I had my son with me. Maleah was with me. Well, that's odd. And then he says, and there was 3 Hispanic males. Okay, I'm going to give him that. At first he said 2 males, right? 2 Hispanic males. Okay, it could have been 3 Hispanic males. If you look at it this way, from his point of view, 2 of them got out when they first pulled in behind him. All right, let's give him that. The 3rd guy stayed in the truck for whatever reason. He stayed in the truck. But when Vince allegedly woke up from, being unconscious, he looked and he saw it was 3, but he still had the 2 children in close to him. In the back of the pickup truck, inside the truck, in the back, however you want to put it. And they just rode around town, he said, for almost 24 hours. And he kept going in and out of consciousness, in and out of consciousness. Doesn't make any earthly damn sense. I tell you why it doesn't make any earthly damn sense, because it's a damn lie. Somebody says, I'm watching from Louisiana. Louisiana is a great state. I've been there before. I know Louisiana. Great state. Thank you for tuning in from Ohio. I think that is Davis. Thank you for tuning in from Ohio. Detroit's in the house. Thank you all. I love you all for supporting this channel. Okay, now watch this. When they do let me go, I wake up on the side of the highway, Vince speaking. I have my son with me. Maleah is nowhere in sight. I tried to get help. Nobody would help me. So I said, okay, forget it. I'm going to walk to the hospital and get treated for my injuries. He's treated for a hand injury, and that's it. Well, I walked to the hospital because they stole my vehicle. What kind of vehicle do you drive, Vince? It's a silver Nissan Altima. Okay, all right. He walked to the hospital, right? Well, maybe he forgot, because surveillance video showed somebody dropping him and his son off at the hospital. I think it was a silver Nissan Altima, just like his car. Imagine that, right? Didn't make any damn sense. So, fast forward. Brittany gives officers permission to go and search her house. Somebody said she shouldn't have done that. Well, she didn't have to do it. She didn't have to get them permission to search the house. Either way, they were going. With her permission or with a warrant, they was going. Based upon what he had said, they were going. Okay? So, when they searched the house, they found DNA. That DNA being in the substance of blood, which was found to match that of Maleah Davis, okay? Someone argued with me today that they said it just matched somebody in that family. No, it did not. No, it did not. No, it did not. I don't know where you're getting your information from, but it's wrong. That's not what they said. It matched the 4-year-old girl that's now missing and presumed dead. It matched her. They took her toothbrush, matched it to her. Boom, through with that. Now, Brittany says, when I landed, I waited on him. I just got through watching the interview. I waited on Vince. I waited on them for 2 hours. They never showed up. I called my mother. She picks me up, and that's where I go. Now, I'm about to get into the video. The way I see things, it's not law. It's not written in stone. Somebody's watching from Dallas, Texas. Thank you kindly, Dallas. Humbly bow to you. Been there too. Just recently. Here's the thing. I've studied psychology, body movements. Body language tells investigators a story that your mouth would never say. Doesn't matter what you say. A seasoned investigator listens to what you say. He does. But he also listens to what the evidence says. And he or she also listens to what your body language says that will not come out of your mouth. Now, first of all, again, I don't think she needs to be doing interviews. That's not an issue right now. You have people that have never met your child, never touched her, didn't know she existed until a few days ago. All over the world, this little girl has us on a standstill right now. And people are out searching for your child while your ass is sitting somewhere being interviewed with Malcolm X and his toupee and the pimp daddy suit he just had on. Listen, if I tell you it's Easter, dye your eggs. Brittany was out of town, burying her father. Okay. So she had nothing to do with it. You cannot charge her with murder. You can't do it. It's impossible. The law would not have that. She wasn't nowhere close. She was out of town. And when she came back in town, she didn't go to her home. She went to her mother's house, who picked her up from the airport, and that's allegedly where she stayed the night. So she can't be charged with anything. Bullshit. Bullshit. Brittany orchestrated this. Brittany orchestrated this right down to the T. Her mother was her alibi for that night. Vince, what he told the police, his alibi didn't make any damn sense, but that's what he told them, okay? Somebody said, you better preach. I'm going to try. So, now, when I got through watching the video a little while ago that she did with ABC 13 News, and I think it's in Houston, Texas, the first words came out of Brittany's mouth. It's when the reporter asked us something to the extent about how you're holding up, how you're doing. The first thing she said was, through prayer. Through prayer. Then, nothing about Maleah. She thanked her friends, her supporters, for being there for her. Says nothing about her child. Absolutely nothing. When he makes mention of her child being up on the monitor, she looks at going. She drops her head extremely fast. That's guilt. Because it's getting to her now, and when she looked at her, I can't believe I did. So she drops her head real fast. That's a sign of guilt. That's a sign of guilt. Now, he asked her, he said, do you think your child is alive? It took her 15 seconds. It took Brittany about 15 seconds to respond to that. Do you think your child is alive? When she finally responded, she says, as a mother, I would like to hope so. As a mother or as a father. When you ask that question to the innocent, they would have said, I hope my child's alive. I hope. I don't know, but I hope. I'm counting the seconds because when people take a certain amount of time to answer you, sometimes they're trying to either think of a lie or the correct words to say to make you believe them. And I'm going to put some pictures out tonight or tomorrow the still shots we took of her. And I want you to pay attention to her eyes because at one time he asked us about Vince. He says, do you have anything to say to Vince? Pause for a few seconds, says, I don't have anything to say to him. It's what a mother would have said. If If I could talk to him, I want to know, what did you do with my child? Just tell me what happened. Where is my child, Vince? While she's out going from camera to camera, from news station to news station, she should not only be looking for her child, she should be working with the FBI. She should be working with police officers in Houston, Texas. And she should be asking them to let her speak with Vince to see if she can get him to tell her exactly what happened to her child. That's what Brittany should be doing instead of getting in front of a fucking camera and shit. And Malcolm X don't give a damn. Malcolm X there for his 5 minutes of fame and shit. That's why he's there. He don't give a damn about it. He don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. A mother would be working with law enforcement right now to find her child, whether she's dead or alive. Let me talk with Vince. Let me find out what he did. I need to find out. But no, you're in front of a damn camera. And the tears that you showed today, if I was close to you, I'd slap the shit out you because it's just as fake. You're just as fake as an $8 bill. Your tears don't mean nothing. You can cry until the river meets the sea. You have to do this because you're afraid of going to prison, but you're going. Timing is everything. And I promise you, you don't think the investigators are watching her? Every move she make, every damn thing she say, they record it. And they're going to come back. And they're going to compare this interview to that interview like I'm getting ready to do in just a few minutes. I'm going to break it all down to you and prove that Brittany is a liar. And not only is Brittany lying, Malcolm X sitting next to her in that damn pimp daddy suit is lying with her. Because he's saying things that's not true. I'm like, that can't be true. I mean, well, something's wrong because... Let's get to it. Let's get to a few more things. I'm going to try to break this down for y'all. Now... they asked her, he said, how did you find out about your daughter? I came home on the 3rd. I waited for him for 2 hours. He never did show up, so I called my mother to pick me up. And I thought maybe they were having car trouble. It was raining that night, so I thought maybe they were having car trouble. Now, I want you to go back and play the video. And when she says that she called her mother to pick her up, here's what she did for whatever reason. She tried to get real emotional and called my mother. Watch. Watch the facial expression. Watch this. She's trying to get some emotions to come out. Wrong time for that. But she did. You have to pay attention to things. Now, a few seconds later, I realized something might have been wrong. You think? Because he wouldn't answer my text messages. He wouldn't answer my phone calls. Well, you said in the beginning that you didn't think much about it, not answering the phone, because his phone probably went dead. So it was no biggie to you. You didn't think that Vince would ever do something like you have accused him of doing to your daughter. Listen to what I'm saying. You did not ever think that Vince would do something like this that you are accusing him of doing to your daughter. Now here's why I said that. A few days ago, Vince been molesting my daughter for a long time. He been beating my daughter for a long time. When he bathed my daughter, he molested her and stuff. And I asked him to stop bathing her, but he won't do. He been doing this for a long time. Okay, well, something's not adding up. Because when you were asked the first time, had you or Vince ever physically done something to your child or sexually? No, we're not those kinds of people. That's what Brittany said. Brittany spoke for her and Brittany spoke for Vince. Both of them at the same time. Now, a few days, maybe 48 hours later, she come with a bombshell allegation. He's been molesting Maleah for a long time. Well, your ass need to be in jail too if you never called the authorities to arrest his ass. So either you enjoyed it, you didn't give a damn, or you participated in it, or all three. Okay, now, when you're talking to the reporter just now, you said he asked you. Now, this is when she get happy. She damn near jump out the seat. He's playing a game with her. He said, so you didn't think he would do anything like this? No, exactly. I trusted him. I loved him. Oh, she got happy then because the reporter was on her side. I never thought he would do that. Bitch, please. You just said he'd been doing it a few days ago. What? Did you get it? I mean, is he doing it or is he not doing it? Because you just said, I never would have thought he had done that. Had you ever left her with Vince before? Yes. Has he ever done anything? No. Well, who in the hell was that standing before the cameras when you first got hooked up with Malcolm X and the toupee? And when you said the bombshell allegation, he's been doing it. Well, if I was Houston police, I'd lock your ass up right then and there because that's a crime, and you didn't come and tell us. He asked her about Vince, but told about when he got arrested, and she looked at him. She had her eyes. Look at her eyes now. I'm gonna put those pictures up later. When he said he's talking about Vince, and he said authorities. He was charged with blase, and she looked at him like, oh shit, you finna tell me something Vince said about me, and I don't know how to answer this because it's gonna be the truth. That's where she looked at him like, what is it? What is it? Watch the eyes. What was going through your mind when you found out your daughter was missing? Brittany, what was going through your mind? That's what the reporter asked. Here's what she did. What was going through your mind when you found out what had happened? She did this here. She's trying to think of something to say. She's trying to get emotional. She's trying to want you to see that she's about to have a nervous breakdown. No, she's not. It's a game she's playing. While she's doing this here, how do I answer this? Hoping Malcolm X would intervene, but he didn't. But later on, he does. Body language tells us a story that your mouth would never utter. Never. Now, when she finally answered, she said, I was terrified. When you found out she was missing, you was terrified. If your ass wasn't terrified when you alleged he was molesting your child before you went to bury your father, surely this does not terrify you. I'm going off of your words. I'm not going off of third-hand information. I'm going off of what you said, Brittany, that Vince been doing this here. If that didn't terrify you, him being alone with her, having her somewhere else or whatever happened to her, surely that cannot terrify you. It can't. Because Vince been doing this. That's what you said. If I'm lying behind Brittany. Somebody said, and Malcolm X is looking like, I'm disgusted with this bitch. He did have that look, but I think he might have been a little more disgusted with that damn toupee or all that. What's that hard grease we used to put in our hair when we was doing the wave? Mervis grease, all that shit, them damn waves and that shit. I got to say. So, now, here we go with this question again. She was asked this before. Did you believe his story when he told you what happened? 7 seconds. Did you believe his story when he told you what happened? 7 seconds. Finally, she says, I wanted to believe him. What the fuck? You want it? Either you believe him or you don't. I wanted to believe him. The thought of him doing something like this to her, it was something gruesome. I couldn't fathom it. Like, what? Gruesome? If you say he was molesting her, some may not want to call that gruesome, but depends upon how you look at it. Even if it's not gruesome to some, I think it's right damn next door to it. Somebody said something about the Greece. Absolutely, the state is to blame. Yes, we do. We have to blame the state. We have to blame Judge Lopez because many people failed this little girl. Many people failed Maleah as if she was an inanimate object, void of any understanding, any feelings whatsoever. A lot of people did. My question to the judge, after you have reviewed the evidence and you said they passed all the classes that they needed to pass, and this child had several brain surgeries, how could you still, in good faith, send this child back to the hands of death? I know you go off of what is presented to you, but you also attend law school so you can use your better judgment and not go with just what is presented to you. This child's life was marked for death. The minute she came out of her mother's womb, she was marked for death. And many of you keep talking about her biological father, and I'm going to say it again. I don't believe the circumstances would have been much different had she been with him. The first time this happened, she was with him. Okay, so, and he's got some issues with CPS too. So the results might have been the same. And that's all we're going to say about him for right now. Now, here comes Malcolm X. He interrupts the conversation. The reporter saying, do you think it's something you missed, something you could have done? We don't want to go into that right now. You're getting into CPS stuff right now. I mean, it's a fucking question, dude. Were you a good parent or were you not? We don't want to answer that because this is still CPS. She can answer that. That's not going to incriminate her. No more than what she's already done to her damn self. Let her answer the damn question. He didn't want her to answer the question because he knew she was going to say the wrong damn thing. And she says, after I got home from burying my father, I couldn't believe I had to deal with this. Brittany, I know damn well you believed it. Stop lying. You believed it because you didn't believe part of it because this wasn't the outcome you thought you were going to get for signing your own child's death warrant. I'm going to say it again. This is not the outcome you thought you was going to get from signing your own child's death warrant. You thought you and Vince had this thing like the perfect murder, the perfect crime. But you're super stupid. You're dumb as a box of damn rocks. Because let me tell you something. The police pay more attention to evidence than what anybody ever says. Because the evidence will tell the story that your mouth refused to say. Both of you should face the death penalty. Both of you should face the death penalty. While you doing interview after interview, while you're not out there with a t-shirt on and some jeans looking for your child while everybody else is looking for your child, you giving goddamn interviews and shit. I tell you why you're doing it. You hate your child. Your tears don't mean a damn thing to me. I wish I was the prosecutor. I wish I was the judge on your case. That shit would end real fast and you get the damn death penalty. The only thing I hate about the death penalty that you and Vince cannot be stoned to death or be or they have a firing squad on y'all asses and shit. You hated that child from day one. You hated that child from day one. But when the reporter, that's what they do. They clever. They got her because she was getting tense. Let me relax a bit. Because sure, she looks good. She's out there playing on the beach and everything and stuff. She's like a well-taken child. Yes, exactly. She was. We loved her. He just tried to calm her down a little bit because he didn't want to lose the interview. But she played right into it. She played right into it. I don't give a damn if she was in Timbuktu. Brittany not only played a role in her daughter's death, she orchestrated the whole damn thing. I really believe in my mind that she orchestrated the whole damn thing. Could you have done more to protect your child? Once again, Malcolm X, toupee. That's still CPS stuff there. We got to go to court and everything about this. Everything's going on. So she's going to ask that. Goddamn question. Brittany, did you protect your child enough or not? Yes or no? Simple as that. It's as simple as that. A good mother would have said, yes, I did. A mother who was good and didn't do anything wrong would say, maybe I just didn't do enough. Now, you're going to say, Malcolm X with the toothpaste says, what y'all got to understand is she was up under a lot of stress after she had just buried her daddy and stuff, and then all this began to come out. She didn't know that this had been going on. Brittany told the reporter if it had been happening, it was happening behind closed doors. She didn't know a damn thing about it. Rewind. That's not what you said a few days ago. You said you'd been doing it. Now you said if it was happening behind closed doors. You didn't know about it. Brittany, which is the fucking truth? Or do we need to decide? And then he lies right along with you. She didn't know. This just overtook her. This had never happened. I mean, she just couldn't believe this here, that he had been doing this. Dumbass, she stood right next to you, Malcolm X, with the toothpaste and gave the damn statement that he'd been molesting her. Now, was he doing it or was he not? Or were you both doing it and you're just trying to turn state on him to keep your fat ass out of a jail cell? And he has the audacity to say, Brittany needs to see a psychiatrist. No, Brittany needs to see the inside of a fucking jail cell. And you need to get rid of that suit. And the toupee. Listen. If you watch her demeanor, if you watch her facial expression, if you watch her eyes when they talk about, when the reporter brings up Vince, that's the name she don't want to hear. Because the one thing you don't know is when somebody is interviewing you, how much do they know? How much do they know? We interviewed a lady one time. She was a spokesperson for someone. It was a very high-profile case. Very high-profile. Lasted for a while. We interviewed her twice. The first time, she duped us. We believed her. We helped with the GoFundMe page and everything. The guy I was doing the show with called me one night and said, man, something you got to look at. And he sent it to me and I looked at it. We investigated it. Let's get her back on the show. I called her. Yeah, sure, we'll come back. I didn't tell her what I knew. Did the interview. Probably about 10, 15 minutes into the interview, I started breaking things down. And I'm sure on the other end of that phone, she was calling me everything but the name on my birth certificate. Because you don't let them know how much you know. Because if you let them know everything, they're not coming on your show. Because they know you're not going to play with them. You ain't got time for the bullshit. We're not finna give you no sugar-coated shit cookies. We're going to call a spade a spade. Brittany orchestrated the death of her child. Many of you may find it hard to believe. I don't know how, but she did. Just because you wouldn't do it doesn't mean that she didn't do it. There is a difference between a mother and a mammy. Nothing about Brittany says mother. Nothing about Brittany says mother. This child was marked for death the day she came into this world. The day she came into this world. You see the basket. You don't say nothing about the black bag. We had done laundry, and why are you doing laundry? It was a black bag. You didn't see that? But tonight when she did it on Friday, she made reference of the black bag. Okay, yeah. The whole world saw it now. You got to because they didn't like your response. We saw more of the black garbage bag than we saw of the blue laundry basket. But she made no mention of that. I know we had just did laundry. Why are you doing laundry now? What about the black bag? And then all I could see, when I saw the black bag tonight, I thought my child was in there. What makes you think she's in there? Why would you think that? Why would you think that? Why would you think your child was in there? Why? Why would you think that? Brittany tried to establish a solid alibi that was bullshit from day one. Brittany's mother, standing there looking like a little lost witch, is lying right along with her dog. Here's the thing. I talked with Vince last year. The mother-in-law and Vince talking. The mother-in-law and Vince talking about committing a murder. And he says, allegedly, if I ever kill somebody, I know the perfect place to hide the body and they'll never find it. What she tell the police? The police, oh my God, Jesus. They go and ask Brittany. Brittany, hey, he sure did. He said, What the fuck you think she was going to say? Why you didn't bring it up then? Listen, this is some shit that wouldn't even fly past Bonnie Fife on the Andy Griffith Show. The mother is in on this. These are some evil women. And they really shouldn't be on planet Earth. They shouldn't be allowed around no kids, animals, goldfish, or nothing. Because they're evil. And they'll say whatever they need to say, play whatever role they need to play, try to squeeze a damn tear every time they can, and they're really not no damn good at that, so you need to leave that alone. Because I got to make it sound believable. But let me tell you something. You might have some of the people fooled, but let me tell you something. I know you're lying. I know you're lying. Without a shadow of a doubt, you know, I'm going to go so far as to tell you this here. Heaven bagging me up. Both of them killed her. Brittany orchestrated this shit. Brittany orchestrated this shit. You were told when you take your child home, keep the helmet on. Every time we saw her, she didn't have it, unless she was at the hospital. Now, Brittany, get your shit together. Now, I don't know about Malcolm X and the toupee and his career, but if we say all publicity, any publicity is better than no publicity, that's a lie. Because some publicity can kill your damn career. Maybe he just don't give a damn about his career. Maybe it was already shot. I don't know. But if nothing wrong for speaking to people. Again, I do it all the time. But if I'm going to speak for you, I got to believe that you're telling me some truth in there. I'm not going to sit there and lie with you. Because when they find out you lied, guess what? I lied right along with you. So did I know you was lying, or did I just not give a damn? Brittany don't need a spokesperson. She need a criminal defense attorney. And her ass needs to be locked up right now. The only reason she started crying at that courthouse, she thought them women was finna whoop her black ass. That's it. And the truth was coming out. The truth was coming out. The truth was coming out. Truth comes to do one thing. The truth comes to do one thing, and that's to reveal the lie. You never think about you got some dumbasses like me gonna try to break this shit down. Line by line, word by word. Everything you say, I got a copy of it. Your demeanor, I'm watching it. Brittany, you're guilty, and you fucking know it. Any family member that takes up for Brittany, they know she lying. I spoke with, what's his name, was Ron or Raw at the funeral home. Yeah, they were there. They were there. He met with her, I think, twice. But on the 30th, he didn't see her. So he can't tell you if she was in town or not. But on the 30th, he didn't see her. But watch the dates, people. You leave on the 30th, you come back on the 3rd. Last time we see her, Maleah, what day was it? Camera? 30th. April 30th. She comes back, what? May 3rd. He's going to pick up when, what? May 3rd. Don't make it to the airport because, what? May 3rd. 3 Hispanic males kidnap him. May 3rd. She lands 2 hours later, don't show up. Goes to her mother's house. That's where she stayed. Or I don't know if she stayed there, but she didn't go home. I called, he didn't answer. I didn't have my door key. You got more goddamn excuses than Donald Trump got as to why he's not a real goddamn human. I mean, come on. Get your shit together. Everybody's not dumb. Brittany is guilty. And it's an embarrassment that you would have the audacity to still consider yourself a mother. Again, I quote from one of the Tyler Perry plays, I've watched a dog give birth. That don't make it a mother. Before I go, people, let me say this to you. I'm begging you all. The judge let this child down. Hospital let her down. The mother, the stepfather, the father, everybody in close proximity of this child let her down. They treated her like they just didn't give a damn. She didn't mean shit to them. But don't you find it funny but good at the same time that the love that this child is getting right now, a blanket of love being wrapped around her, is the love she should have been receiving from the woman who gave birth to her. But she didn't, for whatever reason there may be. Whatever you do, even though the search has been temporarily suspended for lack of evidence or more tips, talk about this through social media. Every chance you get, share her picture. Don't let it rest. Don't let it die. I don't give a damn what the search party is not doing. And if you're in Houston and you want to get up and get out and go look for it, to God be the glory for that, do it. Whatever you do, saturate your social media accounts with this little girl's picture and everything that happened to her. Don't let it rest. We cannot do what they did. They let her down. And I made a pledge. I would not be the one to be in the statistics with them for letting her down. I'm going to keep it out there. They're not the search party's temporarily suspended. I'm going to continue to post on it. I'm going to continue to do videos on it. And every time I get something, I'm going to bring it to you. I'm going to keep it out there. Brittany, I hope your ass get arrested. And I hope you die in prison if they don't give you the fucking death penalty. Nothing about you says a mother. You're trifling, insignificant. You're existing just to be existing. You are an embarrassment to black women everywhere for the bullshit that you've done to your own damn child. And you want to be considered a mother. Bitch, please. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigation. Y'all have a good evening. Bitch.